The US and China have been embroiled in a relentless trade war for several months even prior to the pandemic. The findings of the FCC seem to align with the assessments made by Indian intelligence agencies over a decade ago that found Huawei Technologies sharing close ties with the Chinese Communist Party. It now appears that the central government is finally getting to grips with our understanding of cyberspace as a tool of informational warfare. Amid the rising anti-China sentiment within the country, the U.S. Federal Communications Commission (FCC) on Tuesday took the bold step of formally listing Chinese tech behemoths Huawei Technologies and ZTE Corporation as national security threats, with FCC Chairman Ajit Pai alleging that both companies had close ties to the Chinese Communist Party in China's military apparatus. The move comes on the heels of India's own decision to impose a blanket ban on 59 China-linked apps that had, on Wednesday, garnered praise from U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. The U.S. and China have been embroiled in a relentless trade war for several months even prior to the pandemic, with the White House issuing an executive order over a year ago banning all U.S. companies from purchasing foreign-made telecommunications equipment deemed to be a national security risk, effectively prohibiting Huawei from supplying network infrastructure to US-based firms. The findings of the FCC seem to align with the assessments made by Indian intelligence agencies over a decade ago that found Huawei Technologies sharing close ties with the Chinese Communist Party, under the rationale that Chinese companies may be compelled by the Chinese federal government to share sensitive information relating to populations in the foreign nations they may operate in. The latest US ban seems less than surprising. Where does India fit in? Yet, the move may have significant implications for India as well. Both Huawei and ZTE are prominent players within India's 12,000 crore rupees telecom equipment space, not to mention its mobile handset market. Chinese products, reportedly, make up 25% of the India's telecom hardware industry, with Vodafone, Bharti Airtel and BSNL all relying on Chinese companies for the procurement of network hardware. Notably, Reliance Jio is the only telecom operator that doesn't purchase equipment from Chinese manufacturers. Then there is the issue of India's 5G tender. In late 2019, Telecom Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad noted that any and all firms, including those from China, would be allowed to participate in India's 5G tender process, despite numerous warnings from privacy advocates. However, with the Boycott China movement in India gaining steam over the last few weeks, and the recent ban on Chinese apps, it now appears that the central government is finally getting to grips with an understanding of cyberspace as a tool of informational warfare. On June 17, the Department of Telecommunications noted that the 4G tenders issued by public telecom operators Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited (BSNL) in Mahanagar Telecom Nigam Limited (MTNL) would be revised to prevent the participation of Huawei and ZTE. In light of this, some authors have contended that India may very well follow the US-led and lock out ZTE and Huawei from Indian markets completely in due time as well, even if this may come at the cost of delaying India's foray into the 5G space and higher telecom rates. The views expressed by the author are personal and do not in any way represent those of Defense Watch.